Welcome to a very random week in one of the most random places to be, Florida, where it rains super hard one minute and the next, sunshine. I grew up with this tropical inspired weather, where you can watch the rain fall across the street while a single drop doesn't touch you. That was very typical in Jamaica, and also a huge reminder that even nature allows itself to be random, weird, and certainly not regular. My rainy days normally means curling up under a blanket, listening to the raindrops, and drinking some soup-inspired dish. But this time around, going outside one. Oh, by the way, that's catfish in the water.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm about to go to the gym to go and get my swim. Yeah. That's the amount of energy I have in the morning without drinking coffee, because I don't drink coffee. It tastes disgusting. I have tried it once, twice, and it's like, no. But I naturally wake up with a lot of energy, so I don't need coffee. And I'm excited because normally the gym that I go to, I started the gym again. Did I tell you? Yes. Yeah. Um, of course, it has a sauna, a steam room, and a swimming pool. Because you know that is the baseline for me. If a gym doesn't have that, I'm not going there. This gym has like multiple locations, and the one that I normally go to, I would have to wait until 9:50 until they finish their aquatic. Don't know why that decided to drop, but yeah, until they finish their aquatic class, and then I could go swim. But I looked up another gym, another location, and they don't have an aquatic class in the morning. So I get to go around the time that I love going, and I'm pretty sure that there won't be anyone in the pool. So I'm gonna go. It fell again. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go swim. Okay, bye. Okay, it is 10:26 now, right? And I had a wonderful swim. I really did. I spent half an hour in the pool. I never know how many laps that is because I always lose count. So I just go by the amount of time that I actually spend in the pool. At one point, I was the only person in the pool, and that made it just so much more glorious. But at a given point, it's 3 lanes and there was one person in each lane. Sometimes I don't like sharing my lane, so that was really, really nice. But I now know the difference with this location that I went to today and the location that I actually prefer. After my swim, I get out, and the first thing that I normally do is wash off the chlorine off me and then head straight for the steam room. There was no steam room. I walked back and forth looking for the steam room. I only saw a sauna. Stop falling. And I'm like, no. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So I turned up the heat on the sauna, and then I went in there and laid down for like 20 minutes. But if it was the steam room, and it normally is the steam room, I would only have to spend like 10 minutes in there because it's like so hot. But this didn't have a steam room. So I'm like, all right, I now know the difference. And the steam room is very, very, very important to me on the days that I swim because I'm already wet from the pool. So it just makes more sense to go into a room that is blowing steam. Yeah. And then there are more cons to this actual location. So the pros, let's go with the pros first. So the pros is the pool is open at the time that I want it to be open, and I don't have to wait for a class to end for me to actually go swim. There's not a lot of people in the pool, which is also a plus. And it's closer. The location is closer. Yes. Now, that's it. Literally it. The cons. They haven't upgraded the locker rooms yet, so it's kind of the older design, which is fine. It's fine, but there's no steam room. There's only a sauna. Literally only a sauna, and that's a deal breaker for me. It really is a deal breaker. So the next con is actually the bathrooms. They don't have the glass door. They have the curtains. And I don't know about you, but I don't like touching the curtains. The glass doors are fine because you can always find out. But the curtains, no. I know I might be being just a little picky, but the gym is also my spa place because whenever I go and work out, what I do afterwards is kind of the reward. So the steam room and the sauna is what I really look forward to. And everything else is like, okay, I'm here to do the workout, the weight training, the swimming, everything else. But what I'm really here for is the steam room and the sauna. And to not have both is, no, that's a disappointment. It's a disappointment. So, will I come back here? I probably will on the days that I don't feel like going to the regular one where I'm like, okay, I'm okay with just using the sauna, but more than likely I'm just gonna go to the other one because I like my little comforts and they're not little. So it might as well just be what I enjoy and what I look forward to.
April 23rd, 2026. I was up super early and couldn't go back to sleep. No matter what I did or how hard I tried. I am a little sore from working out yesterday. I lifted weights and actually challenged myself to lift heavier instead of the light weights I usually go for. I did great, and my muscles are confirming that I did great.
You ever feel like not talking, like at all? You're just quiet. I feel like that all the time, especially now, honestly. I have been walking around and thinking of what to say, what to talk about, and I have nothing. I literally have nothing. Because, one, I've been thinking about a whole lot of things at the same time. And then, on the other hand, I am blank. Just completely blank. Because it's like, I could talk about how exhausted I feel lately, where I just feel like sleeping all the time. I could talk about the gym that I went to. And, well, for the rest of the week and all of that, I could talk about anything. But it's just like, when I think about those things, nothing comes. I did say this a long time ago when I first started this channel, that there are going to be days when I don't feel like saying anything. I've been having those days a lot lately, and I love them. I just realized something, and not in some egotistical way or anything like that, but I realized that I'm not a regular person. Like, I'm not the standard, average, regular person, because a regular person don't have a YouTube. A regular person don't have a blog. A regular person don't have a newsletter that they send out sometimes when they write things. A regular person doesn't do any of that. I know I'm not the only one who thinks like that, but I'm one of the few who actually do it. So that makes me not a regular person. And it's so simple. It's so simple. Like, so simple. In order to not be a regular person, you have to do one thing that the mass doesn't do. I know it may seem like everybody and their mama have like social media or YouTube or anything like that, but it's not. It's not. I know two other people in physical real life who has a YouTube channel, and they're both my family. And there's nothing regular about them either. So you really have to believe that you're not regular in order to do things that other people don't do and won't do. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Because I always was like, I'm just a regular person. And I was like, no, no, not really. There's nothing regular about me. There's nothing regular about my story, where I come from. Like, I'm a Jamaican girl who has been to more than 10 countries outside of Jamaica. Yeah, there's nothing regular about that. Like, also, when I say I'm not a regular person, I really mean that I have no interest in doing what regular people do. I don't want to have a regular life. I do not want anything regular. I think it's so boring. And if someone else just wants a regular life, that's okay with them. We just see things completely different. Or I may think it's boring, they may think it's comforting. And that's what they think. I just don't think that. I've thought like this my entire life since I was a child. And when they were like, what do you want to be when you're older? That dreaded question. I always remembered when they said, do what you love. And I'm like, well, that's not a lot of things for me. I don't like math. I don't like lawyers. I don't like doctors. And like, I'm not going to do any of that. At that time, I was good at sports. I didn't really think about my art side that much because I didn't really knew it kind of existed then. It was my music teacher who one day he called me after class and he was like, hey, come after school. I have something I want you to try. So I'm like, all right, okay. So at first I was terrified. And I'm like, wow, what do you want me? And then I walked in the classroom and I saw that he had a vase on the table with an arrangement of flowers in it. And he had a canvas and he had drawing stuff and all of that ready. And he was like, I want you to draw it. And I'm like, but why? What? It's just like, but I was so excited that I was just like, okay. I've never had somebody do that for me before, and that was absolutely amazing. And I remembered when I started drawing and painting it and everything, and he had left the classroom and then he walked back in and I stopped. And he's like, no, it's okay, it's fine, I'm leaving. Some people like to work in silence, I get it. And then he left again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this was so cool because I've never, like literally never experienced that before. He saw something that wasn't in a regular person. And throughout the years, I've embraced that artistic side where if my life don't include some sort or form of art, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. To this day, I don't know what that music teacher saw that made him do that because it was just me and I think one other person that he did that for. I don't know what he saw, and I've never got the chance to ask him because it's like I wish I knew. I really did. And I always knew I was destined to do something left of what everyone else was doing. It's just something I knew. So, no, not regular. I don't. I'll never be regular, and even if I try to be, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because I would just stick out like a sore thumb. I can't fit in. There's no way. It doesn't work. So no, never gonna be a regular person. And that's the great thing. You may not be a regular person either, because you're doing one thing that probably no one else around you is doing. So keep doing it. We need more irregular people in this world. And I feel like more and more people are actually going to start doing that. Yeah. And the sun just blindly. So be weird. Don't be regular. Don't be regular. Don't be regular. No one wants to be regular, so don't. Embrace that.